Always pleased to be joined by my guy, Adam Epstein, AWOD Radio. Talk a little Commanders, flying high, 21-18. We don't turn down wins around here, Adam.
Absolutely, and this is how you keep the positive vibes. You get a win. Yes, it's a win. It looked like a loss at times. It was ugly, but it's a win. It's a W in the win column. It's 7 field goals. It's a bunch of missed opportunities in the red zone. But you know what? They didn't miss a field goal. They didn't have a disastrous play. The Giants did. The fumble, and then Malik Neighbors drop on 4th down. We avoided the disaster and came away with the win.
Give me where Jaden Daniels is at on the spectrum of rookie quarterback development. How much do you trust him? What do you want to see from him? What have you liked so far?
I'm glad you brought that up because when you rewatch the game against the Giants, he made a lot of great plays. He also left a lot of plays on the table. I went back and watched it, and a few times he leaves the pocket way too quick. And, hey, that's what he's good at, though. One of the times he left the pocket quick, he picked up a 3rd down with his own legs and then took a big hit, right? So I do want him to stick in the pocket more and fire downfield to our wide receivers, right? But I think he's really developing. From week 1 to week 2, the decision-making was there. The play calling was a lot better from Cliff Kingsbury. That helped Jaden as well. But, I mean, when you run the ball for over 200 yards, it's going to be easy for Jaden to find an open receiver on play action.
Yeah, still hasn't found Terry McLaurin, though. They force-fed him a lot. Didn't get that downfield action. Great to have Noah Brown, obviously, in the wide receiver room. But this is kind of a short yardage, short throw offense right now.
Unfortunately, the film doesn't lie on Terry McLaurin. He wasn't creating enough separation. And I know people have complained about, and I've been Team Terry. He's our wide receiver number 1. I'm not sure he would be a number 1 wide receiver on upper echelon teams in the National Football League. He didn't create enough separation. Noah Brown did. Right? And Noah Brown was getting open more than Terry McLaurin. I liked the way they force-fed him, though, right? We talked about that week 1. It was screen passes to McCaffrey. They basically said, no, if we're going to throw a screen pass, let's get it in the hands of McLaurin so he gets going early in this game. He didn't really do much with it, but it was good to have him involved.
Yeah, and, with McCaffrey as well, we didn't see as much. I think that's just a week-to-week. Guys are coming in, guys are coming out. It'll move around. With Terry, I loved watching Malik Neighbors. I'm going to love watching Marvin Harrison Jr. when we're in Arizona. That's not who he is fundamentally. He's a different player than that, and I think everybody has to understand Terry is a number 1 here, but Terry's not that kind of number 1.
No, but you know who turned the clock back was Zach Ertz,
yes,
right?
He did.
It was, at times in the game, he was unguardable, right? He was too big for smaller defenders. He was too fast for bigger guys. He was, making plays after the contact, right? Getting the foul called, getting the defensive holding penalty, still making the catch. And so I thought the energy that he brought, also he was a leader there on several of those drives. That was a big part of why Washington didn't punt. And Michael, you've been to 100 games as a Commanders
I've seen
reporter.
some punts.
You've interviewed the punter more times than any of us, right?
More times than I'd like to interview a punter.
He didn't punt. He had the day off. How cool is that, man?
Super, super cool. And, that starts with the plays by Zach Ertz, wrestling the ball away from the defender, right? Those were great plays by Zach Ertz. It includes the running game, though. You mentioned the running game earlier. Not just B-Rob, who had a great day, a career day, obviously. Austin Ekeler has really proven himself to be an NFL caliber starter. Cliff Kingsbury said last week, there's this misconception that somehow he's done or he's washed up. He's not done. He's not washed up.
No, I mean, he was spectacular. It feels like anytime he gets a touch on the ball, it's going to become a first down. No matter what down it is, he's able to make the first guy miss. I'm going to go back to the draw play they ran for him where Cliff's saying, hey, we're just going to get a couple of yards and we'll take a field goal. But Austin Ekeler runs around the middle linebacker and then jukes out the safety and gets down to like the 2-yard line. And it made Cliff Kingsbury decide, hey, we got to go for it in this situation because of the amount of yards Ekeler can pick up.
Yeah, and it's about knowing when to push and when not to push, and Jaden Daniels is learning that as well. The play he got hurt on, 3rd and 13, I want him scrambling on that every time. That's the value of having Jaden Daniels on your team. 3rd and 13, he's going to take off, and he can get it. He can get that first down for you. I didn't like calling a quarterback draw for him on 2nd and 11, the play before that. All right, that's an unnecessary hit your quarterback's taken. It's about knowing when do you hit the gas, when do you hit the brake. 3rd down, always want my guy hitting the gas, right? 3rd down, Austin Ekeler, do what you got to do, get that first down. Be smart on the early downs as well, though.
No, you're so right with Jaden. When it comes to 3rd down, that's when you're going to see him put his body on the line to try to pick up the first down and keep the chains moving here. But there were times where if he just gets rid of the ball to the first guy who's open, that guy can also pick up the first down. And so at times that was Zach Ertz. At times it was Luke McCaffrey or Zacchaeus. And I'm screaming to Jaden when I'm watching this game, just get rid of it.
Yeah.
Because you can fight to play another down. If the guy is open, take what the defense has given you, and at times, that's what the young quarterback still needs to learn, is that he's playing hero ball at times, and it's great, right? The other third down where he juked out 2 defenders. It didn't look like he was going to come close to picking up the first down. You know, a lot of quarterbacks in the NFL go out of bounds or slide in that one. Jaden took the hit, picked up the first down. You love it, but you don't want to see it too often.
This guy's sneaking a little defense talk. We have to do it. What are you going to do? What do you do about the cornerback situation? It feels kind of hopeless right now.
It really does, because I know a lot of people thought the Benjamin St. Juste had a pretty good game. I disagree.
I did.
Right?
Yeah.
I think a lot of us are clouded by the fact that he created that turnover. Outside of that, he was getting torched by Malik Neighbors for a lot of the game, to the point where the defense said, we're going to try somebody else on Neighbors, right?
I thought the Giants kept trying to move Neighbors to the other side to get the matchup they wanted to get, which was against Michael Davis or Noah Ignatoby once they got over there. I thought St. Juste used his length to disrupt Neighbors, especially on that 2-point conversion. That was a big play for him. You're right. He's not a CB1 in the NFL, right? It's the Terry problem in a lot of ways. You got guys in that elite spot that probably aren't elite guys. But what do you do from here? It's a big question.
Well, we could disagree on St. Juste. We can both agree that Michael Davis was awful. And I had high hopes for him. He couldn't tackle. He couldn't cover. And it's so frustrating because that's a guy that they brought in to be a veteran, and he looked like a rookie out there.
Yeah, in defensive line, I think the odds of Jonathan Allen getting traded went way up on Sunday.
You've been pushing that. I hate it because I just think that's such a strength. But Daron Payne and Jonathan Allen have not been playing to an elite level. It's as simple as that. The tape doesn't lie on those two. Frankie Louvu has been playing at an elite level.
He always tells the truth. He's AWOD Radio. We're back with more next time. Thanks for chatting.